Hello and welcome aboard Whale Pod to another Genshin Impact video. I am your host Whale, or your Captain Whale, might I say, even. And in today's video, we have a Spiral Abyss reset, so let's tackle that. We're also going to be, at the end of this video, after Spiral Abyss, tacking on a little bit more of the GRAVEN Innocence storyline, even if I will not be recording the actual event gameplay until tomorrow. I'm probably going to exclude the picture-taking portion of the event from what I show on camera, because that just sounds like about as exciting as watching paint dry. So, before we get into things, I'm just going to go a bit of an overview over what I've been doing off-camera. Mondstadt, yes, you're very pretty, you're still my favorite region in the game, but let's get over to Sumeru for a little bit. We have explored enough to unlock Vanarana on the map. That mark here is where a Seelie is supposed to spawn later for a Seelie Court right by the Statue of the Seven in Vanarana. That there is to remind me to go back there to finish off the little quest line there tomorrow after the daily reset. And that there is reminding me that there's an entire treasure trove of Aranara treasure that is waiting for me to open it as I help out Aranara more and unlock the ability to open more of those chests. Up here we do have the Tree of Dreams up in Bananarama. It is very similar to the Sacred Sakura over in Inazuma, in that it has 50 levels that you increase by feeding it sigils, in this case dendro sigils. Each level here costs 35 dendro sigils instead of the Sacred Sakura's 25, for a grand total of needing 1,750 dendro sigils to reach level 50. We are already level 20 with a few sigils stored up towards level 21. However, I suspect, just like the Sacred Sakura could not advance past level 20 in version 2.0, I do not believe the Tree of Dreams will be able to advance past level 20 in 3.0. I will give an update on that, as I will likely get more than 35 dendro sigils, doing a whole bunch of other Aranara shenanigans, and entering and exploring the last section still covered on the map later today. And speaking of dendro sigils, that right there is a precious chest, the 3rd tier, so that is 3 dendro sigils right off the bat. And as I help out more and more Aranara and cross off more and more things in the Aranara adventure book, I'm going to be able to progress more with those chests in there, which do include several precious chests and a luxurious chest. So if I do encounter enough dendro sigils to get another level, I will try and level it up to see if it is even possible in 2.0. Now with that, just a brief zoom out of my Sumeru exploration levels. Everywhere except this hidden portion, Visuda Field and the Ashavan Realm are already exploration progress 100%. Everywhere else on the map, including Inazuma, Chasm Underground Mines, and Enkanomiya, are already 100%. A few other things to also get into. I am going to here and now predict what I think the rerun banners that could potentially be running alongside Sino and Nilou in version 3.1 are. I'm going to say right now that those are likely to be characters that are either Hydro, Pyro, or Electro, aka the elements that react with Dendro. We already know we're not getting any new Dendro, as 3.1 is going to focus on the desert, which is the opposite of the rainforest, very dry, very brown, very unlike any other biome we've ever seen in Genshin Impact so far, so I'm very looking forward to that aspect of it. As even Inazuma with its purples is still a very temperate, very wooded landscape, very grassy, very verdant, even if it's not green, it has lots of vegetation. The desert is going to be a breath of fresh air, or in this case, a breath of hot air. So I'm first of all going to say that I do not believe any Animo or Geo characters or any Cryo characters will be getting rerun in 3.1. So there's one character that, 1, they are incredibly popular, and 2, tied with another character that I do not think is getting a rerun, has the longest wait time since their most recent banner, and that is Hu Tao. I'm predicting Hu Tao as probably the most likely rerun. If there's only one, my money is on Hu Tao. But if there's 2 rerun banners, which I do believe it is highly likely we will be seeing 4 banners per patch going on forward, due to the increasing glut of characters Genshin Impact is getting. While nothing compared to some gacha games that by the 2-year point in their lifespan can have hundreds or even thousands of characters to pull, Genshin Impact is seemingly having that under control with a roster of, once Dory is in the game, 54 if you include both Aloy and the Traveler. The Traveler is more of an obvious include, but does not appear in the character archive in the Paimon menu, while Aloy does appear in the character archive only if you have her, though, but is oftentimes, a lot of people like to forget she exists because Genshin, while most gacha games do collaborations frequently and do them very well, Genshin is different in that every character original to the IP has even of the tiniest bit of lore, looking at you, Xinyan, in the actual game itself, whereas other gacha games, even some of their original characters, are not even present at all within the game, making crossovers fly a little easier with the fanbase. But with the ever-growing roster of characters, I feel like 4 banners a patch going forward is going to be the rule rather than the exception, with version 2.4's 4 banners for the Lantern Rite, due to the need to rerun the ever-growing roster of characters alongside the new banners. So for the second character banner, if there is a 4th one, I am predicting a character who was very lackluster upon release, even though I have loved playing with them since release. They are a very fun, very easy to use playstyle. Even if it does take up a little bit more field time, I don't really care about that. And that is Yae Miko. She got hecka buffed by the introduction of Quicken and Aggravate in particular. And with Dendro in the mix, she is a lot stronger. Well, seen as a lot stronger. She's always been strong. My C6R5 Yae Miko with just a VV shred and no other buffs hits routinely for crits of over 30,000 damage. But that's aside the point. Let's get into the Abyss. It's 3.0. There's a chance that floors 9 and 10 will have been shaken up as well. We did 36 star the last cycle. I'm only going to show the first of each patch's Abyss cycles on camera, as the other 2 are just me running the same content with roughly the same teams again in order to get more Primogems. If I get more characters built satisfactorily, I might get to where I do the first one just as best I can, but eventually do the others with a sort of random Abyss where I use a random number generator from 1 through however many characters are in the game, because I'm going to have all the characters, to determine which characters I must use and on which teams I must use them. But now we have Blessing of the Abyssal Moon, Efflorescent Moon. After characters deal damage to opponents with a Dendro core, including Burge and Hyperbloom, their attack will be increased by 15% for 8 seconds. This effect can stack up to 4 times and can be triggered once every 0.1 seconds. Well, that's unfortunate that my Tignari is barely not able to be ascended to 80 of 90, because then I'd consider bringing him. He's actually got some decent levels on his artifacts. I did burn about 1,500 resin in the new domain to get the new EM set for him. A couple of my pieces are very copium, but I've also got a couple decent ones. I have a decent, slightly copium on-set Dendro Goblet, so that was nice because it allows me to use my off-piece for an EM Sands, or Elemental Mastery Sands. But now let's get into it. Let's confirm floor 9, check it. Yes, they have changed up floors 9 and 10 as well. These mushrooms, well, except for the floating hydrofungus, were not in the game before Sumeru. Lots of fungus, lots of eremites, followed by lots of hilichurls, a few hilichurls, a few big slimes, and an abyss mage. And we have mushrooms and eremites in Chamber 3. Pretty straightforward. The only one that really has any major elemental tendencies we need to watch out for is going to be second half of 9-2. Let's get into it. I am going to, on the first half here, I'm going to see how my current exploration party fares in Abyss. Yelan lost a little bit of HP, but gained a lot of crit rate and crit damage from a insane Hydro Goblet that will end up being her off-piece. It's from the elemental mastery set from the new domain. It's pretty sweet. I want to show that off. So our first team is going to be the one taking advantage of the ley line disorder the blessing of the abyssal moon. The ley line disorder, damage dealt by the explosion of dendro cores produced by characters, is increased by 125%. Damage dealt by Burgeon Hyperbloom is increased by 125%. Alright. On the second half, I do think we also want some Electro over here as well. You know what? Let's try something similar to what I want to do eventually. We're going to bring, since this is low floors and we can do... Wait, we don't have another Dendro. We can't do this yet. Darn. So, instead of that, we're going to just bring a Eula team. The classic Eula, as opposed to my alternate Eula, where I use, instead of Kazuha and Diona, Kokomi and Rosaria. We're going to bring our standard Eula comp. Go! Max HP plus 25% is really going to help this team out. And this team does not have the grouping. Floor 9 and 10 are not a problem at all. I'm only going to really show them here. I'm even considering cutting 9 and 10 out of future Abyss runs, because they are going to stay the same for the entirety of the version 3 lifespan.
Right here, emerge. Spring forward. Rest and reboot.
Now that is the first half.
There is no escape.
New punching. The wind knows me.
Think you can bully me? Can't handle your drink, huh?
One with nature.
Alright.
Illusion shattered. Beg for mercy.
This is really going to be no problem whatsoever.
The wind knows me.
On top of it being floor 9, this is really just a bunch of Eremites.
Clouds high.
Pop Kazuha ult.
One with nature.
There's 9-1. Healing effectiveness, nope. Normal and charged attack. Yeah, we'll do normal and charge attack.
Right now, right here, right now. Hold the line. Emerge, right here, right now. Nothing lasts forever.
Drop a Yai nuke on this guy's butt.
Busted.
Or rope him. Man, 45!
Right here.
That's like 50% more damage than my Yelan was giving me on crits. I mean, I only have 45 crit rate, 215 crit damage, but I also have a fully leveled up Hydro Goblet, where my old Hydro Goblet was only level 4. Last two Chili Churls.
Emerge.
Silly Churls and Billy Churls. Alright. Group them up. Knock them dead.
As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Lock them up, knock them dead. Oh, that's going to be a problem. PlayStation has the exit button mapped to the same button as attack. Or... Now, Chamber 3. Crit rate, crit damage doesn't help Kokomi one lick, but helps everyone else out a lot. In fact, it gets Miko here up to 86% crit rate.
Quietly now.
And close to 200% crit damage.
Propagate! Spring forth! Immerse right now.
Easy enough.
Shine down! Torn to oblivion! Flood of frost! Eye for an eye!
And we do it yet again. But that floor was very quick, very easy. Even if you're not a whale, floor 9 is typically no obstacle. On to floor 10. Let's check what we're up against. Electro and Cryo. When spread or aggravate reactions are triggered on opponents, damage done by these reactions will be increased by 75%. That is a big bonus that I would love to be able to take advantage of with Tignari, but he's not quite ready yet. Opponent details. Second half is just Bath Bishops. Samurais and Eremites, Electro. I'm seeing we definitely want Cryo. Yeah, we definitely want a Cryo team on the second half. Maybe just a freeze comp. Yeah, I'm thinking a freeze comp. Here, we definitely want to have our Dendro action. We're actually going to go Raiden main DPS. And I'm thinking we'll bring... Let's bring Sarah. Second half, we're going to go... Yeah, we're going to go a freeze comp. Ayaka, it's weird because Ayaka's been around since the beta, so she's before all these other characters, even though she didn't get released until 2.0. Then we're going to bring Kokomi, Kazuha, and Shenhe. Feels weird using Traveler in Abyss. I've never done that before. We have much less focus on max HP here, so we're just going to go character attack. Catch the particles while deploying the burst.
Now you shall perish.
We have Raiden Shogun, so we can be a little bit more reckless with our burst usage.
Illusion shattered.
Gather.
These floating fungi are a little on the annoying side, though.
Propagate.
Order guide you.
No turning back. Spring forth. Torn to oblivion.
That's a little sad there.
Solidify.
Less rest of that burst kind of got wasted.
There is no escape. Now
By
you
the
shall
Electro
perish.
Slime.
This is order.
Scatter.
That takes care of that.
The wind knows me. Falling leaves. Adorn my...
Cryo incarnate. Take flight. Kamisato art.
Let's just wipe these guys off the map. I paid good money for this C4 Ayaka. I'm gonna use it. There we go. And we actually completed a chamber this time without accidentally canceling us out of the abyss. We're improving. More attack. Just more attack, more attack, more attack.
Stabilize.
Storm the front. Torn to oblivion.
All right. Both samurai already done. That is the important part.
Order guide you.
Stone these guys. Quick and easy first half.
One with nature.
Rest and rebuild. Turn, bring refuge. Obey. You will regret this. Shoot, unleash. I shall not yield. By ordinance divine.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Hold the line. Obey.
And we exited again. PlayStation problems, am I right? I've tried remapping attack to square and have interact be circle, but it just takes too long for me to get used to that.
Illusion shattered.
Stabilize.
No turning back. Now you shall perish.
Alright, and not bad to have this already down to just this boy here.
Is order.
Stone him before he gets a shield up.
The wind knows me.
Billowing surge.
Wasted Kokomi's ult again there.
Unleash.
Mirror Maiden is gone, though. That is the important part.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my
Do your master's bidding. Let's move out.
into the wind.
My apologies. Kamisato art. Sometsu.
And that is the end of that. Entering floor 11, chamber 1. Let's see what we're up against. A lot of eremites and treasure hoarders. This is a target defense. And a lot of big hilly boys. So, or should I say a lot of big hilly billies. I'll see myself out. But for this one... first half, I think we're gonna go with... Ganyu. Second half, we're gonna go with something I don't normally do. And we're going to go with more... wait, no. No, we're just gonna go with our tried and true... what are we gonna do here? I've used all my brain juice thinking of stuff to do for the previous new floors. I'm already out by the time we get to the new floors that really matter. Tartaglia doesn't have any good artifacts on him right now, or else I'd try a fridge comp. Let's go... Raiden, Yelan, Miko Traveler. Oh, wait, no, that doesn't give us a healer. Or a shield. As good of a Hydro Applicator as I don't think I can use Kokomi there. And we do need Zuck. Oh, wait. It's less important to have Zuck because these ones can't get pulled in by Animo. So, with that in mind, we definitely want Miko to hit targets that are far away from us. Dendro damage bonus. We definitely want to fit the Traveler in here in some way, shape, or form then. Let's bring Diona out again and try this team. But one thing I am going to do is I like having Yelan on the 2 slot, so we're going to fiddle around with this here a little bit. Or I guess having Yelan on the right D arrow.
New punch. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds
Solidify.
that tingle? One with nature.
Throw up Ganyu's ult.
Manifest.
Should. The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
Alright, new wave. Shenhe ult. Zhongli stone him.
Next on the agenda.
The wind knows me.
Obey. No touching. All hail.
This archer is gonna keep targeting the thing. So let's take him out of the equation. And take that side out of the equation. Yeah, we didn't get Miko in here. Darn. Not every day you see fall damage being a possibility here in Abyss.
Gotcha. Game's up.
That is 3-star defend the targets in one try. You're gonna have to learn better teams for this Abyss. It'll help out Yelan and Zhongli. That's good enough for me. Good thing we brought Cryo. We have Hydro Zoo.
Next on the...
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me. This is order.
Manifest. Do your master's bidding.
Stabilize.
Blaze over.
Man, Hydro Zoo is annoying.
Born of ice and frost.
One with nature. I will have order.
That was a quick round of the zoo animals, though.
Leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
No touching.
Gather.
Obey. Cryo incarnate.
A double cryo burst.
Next on the agenda.
The solitary crane. Those pigs are really chunky. And they regenerate too, so that's probably a bit of it.
Scatter! Spring forth! Look at you, Blue Down! Shaken and stirred!
Here comes the catch. Busted. Quietly now.
Here come the fireworks!
And that is that. Pretty annoying first half. Pretty easy second half of 11-2. Pile on more attack.
That's close enough. Pay your dues. One with nature.
I will say right now, this Abyss is very much a DPS check.
Unleash!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. Stabilize. I will have order.
Stone this guy before he shields.
Do your master's bidding!
The wind knows me.
I'm getting sick of it.
Ah, this guy.
Propagate! Think you can bully me?
Looks like Pyro does the most of those seeds.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
This Regis Vine is definitely tankier than the other two we have in the game. Take it down. It also doesn't put up a core right at the start, which helps it feel tankier.
Quietly now.
Because when it's active, it's greatly increased on its damage resistances.
Let's go. Think you can bully me?
Busted. Quietly now.
Time for a light show. Look at you, blue down.
Busted.
As far as Regis Vines go, this is very tanky.
Fire hazard.
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
And it also doesn't help that I've only fought that guy once outside of this, as I'm not really pre-farming for Dory. Instead, I'm focusing on the Jade Plume Terror Shroom in order to get materials for Tignari and Kale. Ruin Drakes, Eremites and Fatui, Mirror Maiden, Sisson Mage, Eremite. I believe that Primo Geovishap is going to be Pyro, I've heard. And there it is, the Jade Plume Terror Shroom. We are going to try... No. Remove. First half is mainly just going to... Yeah, grouping is definitely better first half than second. Let's get our second half team built up right away. We're actually going to go for Kokomi, Zhongli, Yaimiko, and Traveler. Here on the first half, we're going to do Yoimiya, Kazuha, Yelan, Diona. Let's try that. I've heard this Abyss is purely a DPS check. Energy recharge.
Can't handle your dreams.
Kazuha, get cryo on that.
Into the wind.
Here comes the fireworks.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
One with nature.
Shake it and stir. Think you can bully me?
The wind knows me.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
As one with wind and cloud.
Up, down again.
Shake it and stir.
Quietly now.
All right.
Look at you, blue down.
Diona burst, Yelan burst.
Close enough. Solidify.
Right here, right now. Right here.
This is order.
Rest and rebuild. Taurus, bring refuge. I'm getting sick. Emerge. I'm always watching. Right here, right now. Scatter.
I will have order.
Emerge right now.
Have a load of this.
Billowing surge.
I wish anyone to network has the right patience.
Let's end this quickly.
Right here, right now. Propagate.
Order guide you.
Germinate. Right here. Ha! A sight to behold. Emerge right now. Hold the line.
Solidify.
This guy will go down easy.
Torrent, bring refuge.
Those Fatui can throw a wrench in your plans if you let him shield up.
Gotcha.
Think you can bully me? Scratch that. A festive reprise.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Can't handle your drink.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
Think you can bully me? Out of my sight.
Mirror Maiden down.
Special.
One with nature.
Quietly now. Busted.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
Those Mirror Maidens are the ones you really want to take down fast, because they gain a heck of a lot of resistance to interruption and defense if they can get a lock on you.
Emerge.
You'll know they have a lock on you by if there are little swirling shards of glass around your character.
This is order.
Once again, this is going to be where the C60i Miko comes in real strong here, in that these turrets are just going to keep chipping away at this big thickums here.
Forward. Rest and rebuild. I'm always watching.
We'll drop a nuke when we get one.
Here. Ha. Propagate.
This team has excellent single target damage potential.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Gather.
Allow me.
That is Chamber 2, much faster than Chamber 1. Now this is the real test. I've heard this one between both phases has about 5 million HP you need to chip through. Starting with two very chunky Bath Bishops.
Busted.
Good bishop too. Can't handle your drink.
Here.
Well, not two. You start off with one of each of them.
Take it easy.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Into the wind.
Gotcha. Quietly now.
Shake it and stir. Think you can time for a light show. Look at you, Boomtail.
Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Shake it and stir. Huh, I'm here. Fuse is lit.
Time to go.
That's the chunkiest part of this stage done.
Knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Scratch it. Shake it and stir.
The wind knows me.
Diana special. Here comes the fireworks.
Gotcha. Quietly now. Here comes
The last one, don't hold back.
gutsy.
And we did not hold back. We have a minute and a half for the terror shroom.
Stabilize.
If you're wondering when this thing does its really manic attacks and then falls down, that's if you get that charge meter all the way to the top. It will become activated,
Rebuild.
like it is now.
Right now. Show them. Emerge.
See, it's fallen down. It'll do powerful attacks when activated, but after a certain number of those attacks, it will collapse like this, giving you free wax on it,
Right now.
like we are enjoying at the moment. So I would always recommend fighting this with Electro. It does get more dangerous either way. Fighting it with Pyro will cause it to summon more mushrooms, or at least does in the overworld. I don't think it will in Abyss. But that is the Abyss 3.0 first run. Pretty sloppy. It'll get better as I experience the early floors more and figure out how to nail things down. But we have some domain reliquaries to crack open. They are now updated to be the new set after the Abyss rotation. 4 cups. Hopefully one of them's a dendro one, right, guys? Right? Oh, and as you can see, we have 21 Acquaint Fates just from building up from stuff like the Tree of Dreams, Ascending Characters, and the shop reset for September. So we are actually between this and the event story segment. Going to first claim our BP experience. Jump into a meaty 36. That indicates, yes, I do buy the full $20 premium battle pass. 2 fragile resin. This is Sumeru. Tignari needs these. Just some extra Mora. Now, we need to go to Port Ormos in Sumeru to continue this stinking event story. I'm only doing this now because, once again, like the other two, it's hindering my progress in something else, in that we are locked out of co-op for as long as we are with this quest active. And even though I don't do any traditional co-op, I do check in on my Serena Teapot daily, and I haven't been able to do that for, well, this is now the 3rd day of having this stupid quest active. So let's take care of it. And I feel it's kind of fitting that this one gets to piggyback off of a different topic I would rather be covering, when both of the previous ones have been rudely interrupting story quests and Archon quests. So this one gets to piggyback on the back of the Abyss run.
Oh, I got the same one again. When will I get the chubby, squishy one? I guess I'll just have to save up my allowance and get them all.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is how a gambling addiction is born.
Huh? I thought you came here every day. Have you still not collected them all yet? You should have gotten them as a set. That way, you get 7 different designs at once.
But then there's no surprise.
Surprises are boring. I want to have every design there is. That's what you do when you really love something.
And that girl here has a smarter mindset. The mindset that is unfortunately unavailable for Genshin Impact. But if you are playing a game that does offer it, such as a trading card game like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, or Yu-Gi-Oh!, never buy booster packs to get what you want. Always buy singles. It is far more cost efficient. Looking at you, the Aaron. Cough, cough. Buy singles. You can get that dopamine rush in other ways that are not gambling related.
I finally saved up enough to buy the set today.
Oh, I'm very sorry, but the one cassette bot was our very last carving. We're out of stock today. But we're working on expanding our team, so please check back tomorrow.
Fine, I'll I'll come back tomorrow. Just so you know, R&R carvings are more than just stock.
Yeah!
All right. I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy. Our Aranara carvings have sold out for today.
Sold out? Oh no. I was gonna buy one for my cousin who's visiting tomorrow.
Hey, how about this? You live near Bronte's house, right? We'll deliver the new carvings to you first thing tomorrow.
Wow, thanks, Mr. Fies. Don't forget, okay?
I promise. Akara Crafts would never let down a child. Ah, more customers. Sorry, our Aranara carvings have... Oh, hey, it's you guys. Thank you so much for your help. We've been planning on visiting you to express our gratitude, but as you can see, our store's been really busy. If it weren't for you, the store's anniversary might have been a different story.
Looks like your business is doing pretty well.
It's all thanks to Rossi. He has so much creativity at such a young age. Oh, and we would like you to have the prototype Aranara as a small token of appreciation.
Whoa, wait. This looks kinda...
Mind-blowing?
Right! Mind-blowing! It has a very, mysterious feel. We appreciate your thought, but please give us some time to decide if we want to keep it.
The Aranara father owned up to his mistake and was forgiven by his Aranara son. I think everyone will like how the story goes. But the reason the father owned up to his mistake was too simple.
Perhaps we could make them go through some kind of hardship together. I'm sure they'll become more understanding of each other that way. The Aranara father will feel guilty after seeing his son work hard.
When the Aranara father starts feeling guilty, should he speak more slowly or more quickly?
That depends on the Aranara son. It would be interesting to hear them speak at different paces.
Hey, Tanja and Rosie, what you up to?
Dad and I are just discussing our latest story. I'll be the one telling the story this time. But I'm a little nervous about telling a story in front of so many people. That's why I'm asking Dad for advice.
Oh, Sumeru's gonna have a new young storyteller.
If it weren't for you, Rosie would surely have left me for good.
I'm so glad everything worked out. But there's still something that doesn't quite add up. Oh, what is it? Do you need help investigating something? Why would a monster leave a note in a tree hollow deep in the Avidia forest? I thought we moved on from this topic. It was just a coincidence. A lot of people write down their secrets and hide them in tree hollows. It's not a big deal at all.
Kale looks flustered all of a sudden. Is it really that common?
Okay. I have my secrets and troubles too, and I tell them to tree hollows. But seeing Razi and Tanja has given me an idea. Traveler, could you be my tree hollow?
It'd be my pleasure. You can obtain whimsical drafts from snapshot challenges. Give whimsical drafts and resources to the craftsperson at Akara Crafts to obtain carving components. The woodland stand can be used to mount multiple Aranara wood carvings simultaneously. Interact with the stand to place unlocked wood carving trunks, and then mount other components on them. There's a limit to the number of carvings that can be displayed, though this number will increase as the event progresses. The types of carvings components include trunks, heads, hats, shawls, and eyes. You must set a trunk first before you can set a head. The head must in turn be set first before you can place hats, shawls, and eyes. Complete several Aranara wood carvings to obtain corresponding rewards. During the event and after it ends, you can even bring woodland stand and carving components that you have obtained into your Serenity Pot and continue to make Aranara wood carvings there. And that is it for the event. We're going to do the actual gameplay element of it in the next video. And without any further ado, what you've probably all been here for, we have 2 10 pulls to do on the standard banner. Unfortunately, I did get my most recent standard banner 5-star off camera back in version 2.8. It was an Amos bow. My Ganyu now has refinement 3 Amos bow. Look at that, 2 years of whaling. And I just barely now get what free-to-play God has had for, I want to say, at least a year now. So yeah, if you're looking for a relatable free-to-play account, don't look at MTash and free-to-play God. I'd honestly say someone like Enviosity might be a little bit more relatable to the average free-to-play if you're looking for a free-to-play account like that. But yeah, MTash is still a great content creator. I love watching his videos. But yeah, free-to-play God is not that relatable anymore. So, first temple out of the way. 4-star. Could be an amber. Yunjin, you disappoint me. There we have it. A Yunjin and nothing else. Come on, Amber. Xiangling, version 1.0 Pyro character, but the wrong one. Double 4-star though, at least that Dragon's Bane wasn't all of it. Some of you might be saying, why didn't I wait until Tighnari was on the standard banner to do those 2 10 pulls? Simple, really. The Amos bow is, I literally had 2 pity going in there. Unless I got one ridiculously early, I was not going to be getting a chance at a Tighnari with those 2 10 pulls. But with that out of the way, nothing we can do, no way we can buy back those wishes. But I don't really regret wishing here anyway, so not really much of a problem if you ask me. I honestly would have liked getting an early 5-star now while the pool is slightly smaller and I have a slightly better chance of getting Constellation 4 Jean off of it, as 4 is a big constellation for Jean. But alas, it was not meant to be. And with that, thank you for watching Whale Pod. I have been your Captain Whale. I will go back and claim those Spiral Abyss star rewards off camera. Don't think I forgot about those. But if you liked this video, make sure to leave a like and consider subbing to the channel. Both those actions help me out immensely and cost you nothing. As always, comments are welcome down below. I would like to be able to interact with you guys, so the more comments you leave, the more interactions we can have. But with all that said, I have been your Captain Whale. I hope you all are having fantastic days, Whale Pod. But until next time, goodbye.